Good morning, everyone. Thanks for the time that given to me to present the article about a case study of factor contributing successful second language acquisition written by Maulidina Wardani. And the first one is introduction. The study is important because understanding the factors that influence successful second language acquisition can help educators, curriculum developers, and learners design more effective learning environments. When teachers know which factors contribute most to learners speaking fluency, they can create activities that provide more meaningful input, create motivation, and enhance exposure to language through interactive learning. In the Indonesian context, where English is still considered the first language rather than a second language, it becomes necessary to investigate what makes some learners more successful than others in acquiring English proficiency. Through identifying these contributing factors, the study can provide insights to how social environment, personal motivation, and language input interact to shape language development. Moreover, the study highlights the importance of integrating both internal and external elements such as learners' attitude, self-confidence, exposure, and social support in supporting second language acquisition. Therefore, this research aims to analyze and identify the internal and external factors that contribute to successful second language acquisition among Indonesian learners. It is also seek to determine how these factors influence learners' speaking performance and how they can be enhanced in educational settings. And the next is method. This method section explains that the study used a qualitative approach with a case study design. The purpose is to gain an in-depth understanding of the factors that contribute to successful acquisition of a second language among a student who has achieved good English speaking skills. The subject of this study is a vocational high school students in Kediri, given the synonym Canada. They were selected because she meet the criteria of a successful second language learner. She has been exposed to English since early childhood, received strong family support, and performs well academically. The research procedure follows several steps. The first one is selecting the participant who meets the criteria for success in second language acquisition. And the second is conducting preliminary observation to confirm the participant's speaking ability. The third one is carrying out in-depth interview to obtain detailed information. The next is analyzing the qualitative data to identify emerging patterns and themes. And the last one is interpreting and drawing conclusions based on findings to understand the most influential factor in second language acquisition success. And we move to the result and discussion. The result and discussion section present findings of the participants' speaking proficiency and the factors that contributed to her success in acquiring English as a second language acquisition. Based on the speaking proficiency test, which was adapted from the IELTS speaking rubric, the participant achieved a relatively high score of 19 out of 24. This indicates a strong level of speaking fluence and confidence supported by good comprehension and vocabulary. To understand why this was successful, the researcher conducted in-depth interviews which revealed two dominant factors. The first one, availability of language input. The participant's consistent exposure to English since childhood plays a major role in her fluency. She attended an English course from primary school to high school, which provided structured linguistic input at an early age. And the second is conducive learning environment. Environmental factors, especially family and social context, strongly influence her success. The participant's mother, who works in tourism and hospitality industry, frequently uses English at work and at home, creating an English-rich environment. From both aspect input and environment, it can be concluded that the participants' success in speaking English fluently is a result of continuous exposure, motivation, and family support. And the last one is conclusion. The conclusion shows that the study found two main factors that strongly influence the success of learning a second language. The first one is sufficient and varied language input, such as from English courses, songs, and movies. The second is a supportive learning environment, such as family encouragement and motivation from parents. These two factors are connected. The macro factors include broader aspects like opportunities to use English at school and in real situations, while the micro factors include smaller details such as how often someone hears English, receive feedback, and notice language structures. The participant, a 60-year-old vocational student, was successful in mastering English because she was influenced by both factors. She learned not only from school but also from her family and daily activities. The study also shows that not everything can be controlled by teachers, such as student interest or ability. However, teacher and school can still help by creating intensive and supportive learning environments, for example, like through language practice, group activities, and using English media. Overall, this research gives a clear understanding that success in second language learning does not depend on classroom instruction, but also on the environment and social support around the learner. That's all my presentation today, and thank you.